Hi everyone, this was my second book commercial for Antonio, and I chose the book Ghost by African American author Jason Reynolds. I chose this book based on the interview because Antonio mentioned that he likes to read about real people and real things, real events, and I think this is as real as it gets. He starts off talking about riding his bike through the neighborhood, going to the corner store to buy sunflower seeds, talking about his technique of how to eat them and hanging out at the bus stop. So it's pretty real. It reflects what Antonio does in his life. He's 10 years old. He's allowed to ride his bike around the inner city of Poughkeepsie, go to this corner store by himself. So I think that aspect is real to him. I'm going to put the book down. So, based on the articles, I chose this book for pretty similar reasons. The first article is Supporting Boys as Readers by Frank Serafini. And he explains that we need to provide reading materials for boys that are readily familiar, edgy, and humorous. So, the main character needs to be easy to relate to. Well, they're going through the same things. Ghost is a young man. Antonio is a young man. Ghost has a single mother with facing economic hardships. So does Antonio. Ghost does not have a father at home. Neither does Antonio. Um, Ghost has anger problems. So does Antonio. There's a lot of characteristics I find in Antonio that I find in Ghost, and I'm comfortable talking about him like this because I have known him for 8 years. I'm pretty close with him. His mom knows I'm making these videos. Um, so yeah, this definitely relates to him. The main character and him have a lot in common. It's edgy because it contains controversial and contemporary issues. Ghost runs so fast because his father tried to shoot his mother and him. Um, Although Antonio is a 10-year-old, this language and violence and stuff like that isn't something unfamiliar to him. We live in the inner city of Poughkeepsie. Um, he's pretty aware of these things. And secondly, Supporting Boys as Readers says that books need to contain mischief and slapstick. There's definitely a lot of mischief in this book, especially straight away. Ghost is challenging a track team star to a race, and he's not even on the team. So it's pretty cool how he had the sass to just and confidence to just go up on a team's practice and challenge the fastest runner. And lastly, I chose this book based on the article Building Literacy Environments to Motivate African American Boys to Read by Katina L. Thomas. And Thomas explains that research recommends books for African American boys to address their academic, cultural, emotional, and social needs that will lead to positive outcomes. Ghost is only allowed to stay on the track team if he can make good decisions, and he does. So this does lead to positive outcomes. As I mentioned earlier, this book does address his academic, cultural, emotional, and social needs through all the things that they have in common. And I put a video at the end of Jason Reynolds reading the book because Antonio doesn't have a positive African American role model in his life, male role model in his life. It's just him and his mom. No African American uncles or cousins or older male figures for him. So I think it'll be super cool for him to see Jason reading the book at the end. So yeah, that's why I chose the book, and hopefully it was okay me talking about it. Thanks for watching.